Hello, once again, everybody. Welcome to this blooming room. So, we are going to be analyzing all of the moving parts to this Osinachis situation. Now, a lot has happened since Sunday after the sister Imade um, granted Vanguard newspaper an interview talking about her sister's death. Now, this was Vanguard newspaper by one of their correspondents, Juliet Ume, and she is talking about the alleged passing away of her sister due to cancer, which she disputed. Now, according to her, Miss Favor Imade is her sister's name. She's the Ada of the family, the first daughter. She says um, the sister was badly treated by her husband before her passing away. She did not die of cancer. She stated that categorically. The husband, Mr. Peter Wachuku, hit her with his leg on the chest. All of this time he has been beating her, but the sister hid all that she's been going through from everybody. So when the man kicked her on the chest, according to Favor, she says her sister fell down, then he took her to the hospital, but he didn't tell anybody in the family. It was a friend who lives in the Ebonyi state that called her twin sister, because Osinachi has a twin sister, to ask, did your sister tell you that Peter hit her on the chest? She said no. It was the hitting on the chest that killed her. Now, for those who are wondering, okay, so what did they find out in the hospital? Favor says, my brother had to ask doctor what killed her, and doctor said there were clusters of blood on her chest. So what this means is, if there's clusters of blood, that it shows that there was likely bleeding. There was likely some bleeding in the chest area, whether from the lungs, whether for the heart. No idea now until the hospital gives us a few autopsy and a full detail of her cause of death. Moreover, it's also important to understand that if you've understood how strokes and high blood pressures, strokes lead to death, sometimes is when a blood clot dislodges, goes through the blood circulation, and finds its way in one of the many arteries that are found in the brain. And that person can go into coma and it can lead to death. So who knows why she died so quickly if, as they said, she passed on 5 days after she was admitted in the hospital. Now, it is being said that the man has had so much control over Osinachi, and he had threatened in the past. He had told the twin sister that he is going to separate her from her sister, who, that's Osinachi, that he was going to separate Osinachi from his twin sister. He did not allow Osinachi to visit their home since she got married to him in Isuchi in Abia State. Now, this guy is allegedly from Newi, and Osinachi is allegedly from Isuchi in Abia State. And the only time, from what she said, that he allowed her to visit home was in 2017, when they came for Osinachi's father's burial, because Osinachi's father had passed on in 2017 and they went for that burial. That's the only time. As for the kids have had no opportunity. He hasn't allowed her to take the kids to her maternal home to see her maternal grandma. So that is Favor, Osinachi's sister, who gave this interview. So for those who have been saying that, oh, perhaps Osinachi's pastor didn't know about what happened and he was not aware. Now, I'm going to show you another article by Journalists 101, where a guy from South Africa named Jay Israel came out strongly to dispute this. The South African pastor, in a Facebook post on Sunday, accused Dr. Eneche of convincing Ms. Machuku to remain in her marriage despite the physical assault she was passing through in the hands of her husband. So he had said he had invited Osinachi to South Africa in January so that she can engage in a concert together with him, or a program. And Osinachi has said to him that her husband did not like her traveling. This man wanted just control this woman's life from all that is being said. She said, I say this because the sister, that's Osinachi, told me the last time we spoke on the phone about how her pastors Osinachis and wife told her that if she left her husband, it would bring a bad image. You see that? All about image and dent their reputation since she was ministering there a lot. Now that she's gone, that's what Jay is asking. How is your reputation? Has the church become so evil that we all care about, that all we care about is our reputation against protecting someone we call our own from abuse? So that's it. So Osinachis, from Jay's point of view, did know about this incident. Now, I'm going to show you something by the renowned singer himself, Frank Edwards, and he says, why I won't let go of this case. Now, this is another reporting by Daily Post. He says he has never come after anyone, even when they've attacked him or whatever. But this one, he says, I have never pulled my weight against anybody, even people who hurt me. I've never done it. I've had reasons to take people to court, but I didn't. But this case cannot go like that, because this is a colleague and a voice that was a blessing to the world. If you're being physically abused, leave first. If you're being physically abused, leave first. Okay, so this is the high and mighty are coming out now, because Frank himself had said that there was a lady, a senior member of NDC, I believe, or Auntie Joy, I'm not even hearing that name, who had even offered to Osinachis a studio where she can do her recording in Abuja, and her husband refused, flat out refused. And this is a women affairs minister. You know, he said, Nigeria's Minister of Women Affairs, Dame Pauline Talen, on Monday vowed to get justice for the late popular gospel artist, Osinachis Nwachukwu. Now, as far as we know, subsequently the husband was arrested. This is a reporting that was done. Yesterday, on the 11th, and he was apparently has been arrested over the death of his wife. And reacting to this, minister noted that with the singer's death, it is now truly obvious that violence knows no class or creed. She stated this in a statement she personally signed entitled "The Untimely Death of One of Nigeria's Finest Gospel Artists." Yeah, so many moving parts, so many lessons to be learned. If you are in a relationship where there's absolute control over you and you cannot let, I for one believe that I'm going to link Osinachis' story to Catherine Coleman in another video, not today. But I for one believe that if you are a sister and you are in ministry and you're such talented, you really have to be extra careful, even more than other people, about who you decide to settle with for marriage. Because from what I said, Favor says her sister met the husband after a program. For me, I think if it's true that all this treatment that he was accused of is true, then it sounds like something like as a spiritual assassination. The devil must have initiated this interaction between Osinachis and Peter. And she fell for it because he wanted to dim her light. Because I do not understand how you will not celebrate your wife. If you really have the fear of God and you love her, why you would not encourage her to get to the peak of her career in ministering to people? The devil targeted her back to stymie her. Can you imagine how Osinachis would, the level of success she would have had if and only if she had been with someone who loves the Lord, loves her, and wanted her to fulfill the ministry that God had placed in her life? Can you imagine the heights that she would have gone, or she would have reached? And for those who are still talking about, oh, this is Pastor Felix Adejumo. Now you know she's been a little bit controversial, some of her ministries, but this is her, and this is what she says.
Every aircraft has a pilot and a co-pilot. The fact that you are the head of the relationship does not mean you should kill the body. Does not mean you should kill the body in the name of religion. And then I say, the woman is not submitting. Submission, Bible submission, not demonic submission.
Yeah.
Bible submission is strength put under control, and you submit one to another. Pastors, please stop this evil. Pastors' wives, please stop this evil. Can you allow your own daughter or your own son to stay in an abusive relationship and tell him or her to be praying while you are fasting until he or she dies? Let's stop this rubbish. It is not biblical. It is not biblical. Please, I'm going to invite one or two of you. Please understand that nobody should tell you to stay in any abusive relationship. It does not matter the title, bishop, assistant, GO. It does not matter the relationship. Don't die before you seek for help.
So that's it. So I hope everyone has learned a lesson, and I hope that we'll bring more updates, because I'm going to analyze this and link it to relationships, because that's my angle. It's not to engage in the whole gossip and the drama, but just to learn lessons. I'll see you again. Take care.